We face huge challenges in our modern world where we just have lost sight of the things that really matter. We're too focused on accumulating stuff and perhaps not focused enough on what really makes for a happy life. So Action for Happiness is bringing together people from all around the world who care deeply about happiness, and they recognise crucially that although this matters to each of us as individuals, we all want to be happy, we want the people we love to be happy, it also matters to our society as a whole. In fact, the best possible world we could live in is one where the most people are able to live happy and fulfilling lives, and crucially, as few people as possible are suffering with unhappiness, stress, isolation, loneliness. So Action for Happiness is about a personal commitment to trying to contribute to that better world that we would all like to be part of. When people join Action for Happiness, they make a really simple but profound pledge which says, I will try to create more happiness and less unhappiness in the world around me. And that has, various implications. So as a parent, that might be the way we bring up our children, the values we have in our families. As a colleague, it might be the atmosphere we create in our workplace. As a business leader, it might be the way in which we approach motivating our teams. As a community member, it's the way we treat our neighbours. And of course, as individuals, it's the way we interact with each other, and of course, how we look after ourselves. And this is the really important thing about Action for Happiness. It's a mixture of being able to live a happy life ourselves, but also caring deeply about others. And in fact, those two things are completely related. So when we are able to be kind to ourselves, we're better placed to help others. And crucially, when we do more to help others, we become happier ourselves. It's a complete win-win. Happier me equals happier we equals a better society. So that's what Action for Happiness is all about, and we are delighted that our patron is His Holiness the Dalai Lama. We have 55,000 signed up members in 168 countries. We have an online community now of some 350,000 people with this shared belief that happiness really matters and that we can each take action to build a better world. So the beautiful thing about human beings is we are all different. There is no 10 commandments for happiness. There's no one magic bullet that will make us all happier. But the interesting thing is that there's lots of research about happiness, and there's some very common themes that turn out to be really important for most people. And perhaps the single most important action in our outside world, if you like, is our relationships with other people. We are a social species. We are happiest when we're connected to others. So perhaps the most important thing we can do outwardly for happiness is to just spend more time with the people we love and care about, fostering those relationships, building happier communities, workplaces, families. Those people connections matter much more than the things we own and the stuff and the money and all that other stuff that we're told is important. But happiness is also internal. So the most important factor sort of internally for happiness is about our kind of inner state, our mental health, our state of mind. And there are lots of things we can do to boost that. We can, for example, choose to help others more. That's a great boost for our mental health. We can be more physically active. Being active doesn't just help our physical health, it also boosts our state of mind as well. And we can be kinder to ourselves, we can be more accepting of who we are. We spend so much time in the Facebook generation comparing ourselves with these idealized images of other people, but in fact, if we just are able to be okay with who we are, warts and all, with all of our failings, and just be at peace with ourselves, that turns out to be so important.
And Mark, what makes you happy?
So I guess the biggest source of happiness in my life is my family. It's those connections. I have a wife who I love dearly, 3 young children who bring me huge amounts of happiness, and also a lot of challenge and stress and worries as well, like every parent. But I'm very blessed to have those people in my lives. And of course, friendship and wider family matters hugely too. I also am a very keen cyclist. I love to be outdoors cycling. This week I'm actually doing a big event cycling from London to Paris, which is going to be exhausting, but I love cycling. And also I sing in a community choir, which I'm not a great singer, we're not a particularly great choir, but there's something about being with those people in the local community, trying to achieve something together is really a beautiful thing, and it gives me a real boost, and I think it gives all of us a boost. So lots of things contribute, like so many people, but relationships, physical activity, doing something in the community. I think last of all, I'd say that having the privilege to lead Action for Happiness, to do a job that I hope helps others, gives me a sense of meaning. Actually, having been in a corporate life where I got paid fairly well, but did a job that was ultimately meaningless, the transition to doing a job that makes a difference and has meaning to it is so profound for me. It's changed my life, and so that I'm really grateful for that privilege.